guys, Big J here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, as you can see from the intro video there, we had a decent week, but it wasn't the best. So let's see how the team did. This week we scored 2,255. To be honest, it's pretty good. There was a lot of pods that didn't work out for people, some that did, but some that didn't. I didn't have any of the big players like Titch or Oliver, who got tagged, and obviously no Neil as well. We went up 4,576 spots, and we have a season rank of 4,309. So pretty good so far. But we're burning through the trades, and we might have to spend a couple more today to fix up some issues. If we just quickly check our leagues, we only won one of our 3 league games, but it was in our cash league, so we did pretty well. The Discord regulars league's really tough to be in. If you have a look at these scores, 2,411. Come on, man. I think this league's about like 2nd or 3rd in total leagues, so it's actually doing really well. And similar to the Centre Bounce League as well. If we just have a quick look, there was some decent scores this week. A couple of 2,400s, and then a bunch of 2-2s and some 2-1s. So we're doing about average. Alright, let's quickly look at the side. So, in the back line, Lloyd and Ridley both scored over 100. They did really well. Ridley's taken to this new role, and he's just bonkers. I think every man and his dog's trying to get Ridley in at the moment, and I'm just glad I went to him last week. Our 2 trades that we did were Ridley and Warner, and if you have a cheeky look down the bottom, Warner actually did 112 this week, so it was really, really good. I think even with Cripps going over 100, I'm still on the positive, so I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, so Stuart and Daniel, pretty average scores. I think I would have liked them to be on the other side of 100, but what can you do some weeks? Daniel just seemed to have a couple of clangers, and I think Stuart's losing a little bit of points to guys like Atkins in the back line, but I'm hoping as the season progresses he's going to do better. Short was pretty average, but Richmond got smashed, as hard as it is to say, and I just don't think he got much of the ball. And then Mr. Hayden Young, and we're going to get rid of him today. I brought him in a couple of weeks ago. I thought he was going to be good. He actually seems to have lost a bit of his scoring and a bit of his role to Wilson and Chapman that's just come in, and it's just not worth it, considering he's probably out 3 or 4 weeks with a hammy as well. I really don't want 280k that's about to drop points on there as well, so it's just not worth it. On the bench, I got a 22 and a do not play. I think Highmore's going to come in again, so we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure he'll play again. In the midfield, McRae and Merritt did alright, so no complaints there. McRae was a bit on the lower side, but against the North Melbourne midfield, you're not going to score a lot of points. I mean, you are actually going to score a lot of points, but it's been shared around quite a lot. And Bruce was just going massive that game, so it's hard when someone goes 170, 180, and then to split up the points between everyone else. I'm a little bit worried about Merritt. I think he's going to drop in price a little bit, which is what I wasn't looking for. Seems to get the possession numbers, but not the scores for some reason, so I'm hoping Essendon can fix that up. Laird had a pretty average game, but it's Laird, so he should bounce back. And I'm really happy with Clark. He had a really horrible first half. I think he was on something like 20 points. And then in the last 5 or 10 minutes, he went for that runner. Went in, kicked a goal, and it's boosted him up as well. So I'm really happy I'm not one of those people that tried to trade him out. But what can you do, guys? That's just Supercoach sometimes. Goulden did alright. Tom Powell, I probably shouldn't have had on the bench. I probably should have had on the bench like some people suggested, but I just wanted to back in the North players, being a North supporter myself, and it was a mistake considering the likes of Berry did really well. Jordan was pretty average, and interestingly enough, because the Geelong Hawks game was so late in the week, I actually brought in Dow as my second emergency to cover Clark unless he was missing. But because he had the lower of the 2 scores over here, the lower of the 2 scores, I got 27 instead of 58. So that was a big oops from me. But I think Dow's pretty cooked anyway, so he's going to go this week. Gordon Grundy, come on guys. Really, people didn't start set and forget, and it's really started to hurt them. If we just go over here and we'll do the stats checker, they're actually looking to go up in value this week. So if you were banking on, oh yeah, they'll be okay, they'll make 550, we'll get them in a few weeks when they've dropped down. They're not going to drop down, guys. They've got some pretty easy runs coming up, and they're just going bananas. So that's crazy. Flynn's doing Flynn things, which is really good because I want him to make some extra money. He should be set to make another 60k if he does 100, and then he should be boosting up as well. I reckon we trade him off maybe 450, 500k if we're lucky. I'm pretty sure GWS shares the same buy round as Gawn and Grundy, so keeping all three doesn't do me any benefits that way. In the forward line, Dunkley did really well, obviously against North. As I was saying with McRae, some people did well, some people didn't. Dunkley was a beneficiary of that, so that's really good. He's a really nice pick. I think after the first week, after the Amy game, some people were like, nah, Treloar's in there, it's not going to matter. Dunkley's on the downhill. Dunkley, 125 average, can't complain. Dusty Martin was pretty slow, but then again, Simmons was short. They just got smashed. Dusty got about 30 points in the last quarter, so he was pushing for it. I think next week he's going to jump back, and whoever they're playing, they're just going to get destroyed. If we have a quick look over the side, well, they're playing Port, so watch out, Port. You're in a bit of trouble, mate. We'll see what happens. Zeeble was really good in the back line. I don't think McDonald coming in is really going to affect his scores too much. He might push out someone like a Lockie Young versus Zeeble, but Zeeble in the back line, he was just getting balls like crazy. And because the Bulldogs were scoring so much, any behind Zeeble was just taking kick-outs. 155 is crazy, and he's looking to be a bit of a keeper at the moment too. Impey did really well. I'm really happy. I know a few people like George have actually jumped on him this week, but you start him, you're happy. So he's taking, I don't think he's taking any kick-outs, but he's definitely doing the run with roll at Hawthorn, so no complaints. I'm not sure what happened with Campbell this week. Last week he got 119, this week he got 29. I don't know if he just had a stinker week or what happened, but you got to stick with the rookies. If you have a look, he's still making 35, 40k on this week's score of a 70. So, can't complain about that, guys. Trade him out at 350 if you're lucky. And, as I said before, Warner's just doing really well. So, no complaints there. Super happy I brought him back in. No complaints. Brockman and Rowe, pretty average scores, but because they're just cash cows on the bench, I don't really need to worry too much. So, that's the team for this week. The changes I'm thinking of making, but we're just waiting for teams to come out, but speculative picks at the moment. Let's go trading out Young and Mr. Dow. And we're going to put Brockman into the mids, and I might take Waterman. This is all just whatever happens, but we'll see. So Waterman in there, and I'm actually thinking of taking G's from Hawthorn. If I can spell his name right. He was everywhere in the Hawks Geelong game, and he was the game before too. He's averaging a lot, and at the very least he should make some extra money. I'm hoping he'll be a keeper for the whole year. If he keeps up 100 average, there's your keeper. But at the very least, he'll make me 150k, and he should be a decent D7 pick if I have to do that. So, no complaints. I would have liked to keep Young, but what can you do, guys? That's Supercoach sometimes. And if we look at the team, we're not doing too bad. Something people are going to bring up in the comments are the fact that I've only got 24 trades. And of course, I would have liked to start the season without risky picks. Would have liked to just keep all my trades, have 30 trades now, and then just roll into week 4, perfect team, no worries. But that's not how Supercoach works sometimes. You know, you've got players injured, suspended, and it's not worth keeping 200 to 300k on your bench doing nothing. That isn't a rookie making extra cash. The fact that, so generally, the way that I work out trades and the amount of trades I need to make a full premium team, because that's the objective in Supercoach, is to have 2 or 3 trades per the amount of people that I've got left. So if we have a look in the back line, I've got 6 people, 6 players, they're all going to be premiums hopefully for the year, so I don't need any trades. Alright, I've got another 3 here, another 2, another 2. So realistically, I have to trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 18 trades to make a full premium team, which leaves us with 6, which isn't too bad. Ideally, I want 4 or 5 trades left. Well, ideally, you want 6 or 7 trades left once you've made a full premium team for any swaps or extra cash and things like that. But you can get away with 4 or 5 if you're set and you've got good bench players. The fact that Zeeble and Impey are looking like they're going to be premiums for the year, and maybe even Warner the way that he's going, means that there's 2 trades freed up. So it's not too bad. We'll see how we go. But let me know how you guys did this week. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye.